It's a song for that person who's down there who wishes that one day his voice or her voice
done those many times in the media, in news, dear Mr. President.
Yes, and you know, back in the day, a couple of years back, I think it was in 2011, Rao was on spot again saying that he loved the song Kigeugeu by Jaguar.
So I think Rao is a Jaguar fan.
And which is fine. I don't think Babata was supporting the president, then, you know, he's...
Yeah, because the president does not write Jaguar's lyrics, you know. So, I mean, the associations and anything is just the business, music, and all that connection. But because he resonates with the people out there, and he can also reach out to the
but still, honestly, it's a good thing for Jaguar because he is playing power at the same time. As much as you're selling your music, you're also playing power. And it was just on Sunday, he went to the slums with the deputy president. And we saw them sitting down. I don't know, they were eating maize with guys, and they were just chatting.
It was a good one.
I think he's also playing politics, and we cannot ignore that bit about Jaguar at this point. You know.
Adhiambo, your thoughts on politicians, the young people, pop culture, how they get into that space?
They have always, and those who actually use it well will really, really go far right now. You remember just in Tanzania right now, there is a song that is trending. Have you seen that song? Where all the musicians in Tanzania are trying to tell you how dark, the Kigoma.
Kigoma.
Yes.
What does Kigoma mean, by the way?
Kigoma is a place.
It's a place, it's a region.
So when you watch that one, can you help? When you watch the video, you will see every person, including Diamond without his shirt, trying to tell you that is the place to be. Now, at some point, every person who wants to utilize pop culture has got to find where the pulse of it is, not necessarily the pulse of the newspaper, but the heartbeat of what they are. So that is really obvious.
Don't reduce it.
So once they can get that, be it actresses, like you say, if it's a Lupita, then let's embrace that. If it is the dancers, let's embrace that. The other day you saw FBI went and did a spout all the way in France. So if Rao and anybody else who wants to, to become president of this country, if they can be able to utilize that, they will be able to get it. However, I think UK is way ahead of everybody else in terms of the connection he has with pop culture and the young people.
Ahead of Obama's visit, before we get into the pulse, and everybody else is trying to do something to align or get into this hype around his coming, and we saw the beast is now in the country. What can musicians, and what do we expect to see in the pop culture? Will we see people singing Obama songs?
Yes, we do.
We already see that?
We already have that. We know that guys in studio already tried, and we even had songs before Obama became president. Guys were getting ready for that. We remember there's one of
Ohandra Makadem has a song Obama,
has a song Obama. And the drums are beating and all that. But we also have many plays now. I know Jojo Rido has done something around Obama, and it's going to theater. Is it next week?
July 14th.
We have a musical. I saw a story in the Nairobian page 3 about the musical and stuff. And there's so much.
Don't forget the Luo Festival.
The Luo Festival.
It's going down tomorrow.
Is it today or tomorrow?
With Jalas,
And Obama what?
With the Jalan with
the theme is around Obama.
And they were hoping Obama was going to come.
And I saw a billboard also very Monty, something about Obama homecoming.
That's also
there. That is his show. That's
about his
it's what's trending, but again, we need to not rush on talent in terms of reacting because something is happening. So where some artists go wrong is Obama is coming tomorrow, and then I need to rush to the studio and do something. You need to come up with something that really connects, and it becomes easier. And that's why
that would even stand out. That it catches his eye.
You just don't go to the studio and just start singing Obama, Karibu, because he's coming.
That Friday when he's around.
It can be Obama,
but he's landing in the evening. We can have a special show on Saturday. We come and sing. Maybe he'll watch.
But he will watch.
But so let's say we should have recorded that by now.
No, we can record.
We can do it tonight.
Let's do it tonight.
At the opening.
No, but because you remember when he came as senator, there was this artist, because even for artists, we had this portrait of him, and he got it. You remember? One was at
they forced their way through.
Yeah, forced their way through. So you will see many people, I think, try to capitalize on this particular
There's a lot planned.
If you don't plan, if you just jump into the studio because Obama is at the fun and
I am told, by the way, that there's a lot that has been planned, especially around Kogelo, including a cultural festival that is starting on the 23rd, I think, in Otsiaya County. And if you're familiar with how the Kogelo people are, they are best known for Ohangla. Actually, Ohangla's home is in Alego.
I'm so shocked that
is really
involved in this.
That is really, and I'm just not disclosing. So,
yeah, the people who are going to be there waiting.
So Ohangla, you know Ohangla, the beats.
How do you dance to Ohangla? Do you want to show?
Oh, really now? Mostly it's just really just a little bit, because there is nowhere, you don't need much.
It's the opposite of the campus. No,
so the body is moving, but you're not moving.
You can also move your shoulders depending on which side of the Ohangla is.
So we learned some of that before we leave.
Yeah, show you some of it. If you can play some Ohangla. No, you never do that. That is that is the one for the Sami.
Let us know.
Okay, yeah, it's for the rest.
That is Timbuktu. Yeah, Tindikti. Actually, Tindikti is the one that you actually do that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get to the parts. We'll be waiting to see.
Yeah, and talking of Obama, the parts today decided to go, a different direction than we used to, and our cover story is actually about the Obama girls.
The first
daughters, and we won't talk about that guy who is talking about 51 cows, because these are kids.
That's
wow. But Paris is just talking about these young girls that every young person would want to learn from. I mean, they were voted the most influential girls or teens in 2014, was it? I know there's some magazine that voted them. Yes. Times magazine actually voted them the most influential teens that time. Yeah. And I know so many people have their eyes on, hey, these guys are fashion, these guys are cool.
They're fashionable, they're cool, they are well-mannered.
And the story is actually taken from last weekend when they went to Milan and they had a shopping spree.
Yeah.
And everybody would be like, oh, these girls are in town and they're wearing what we wear, and it's good fashion and all that. But we also say, what if the dad decided, let me bring them to Kenya and see what's happening? What would be the mood like for the young person?
Yeah, exactly. And also I was going to ask, I remember when Obama went to Jamaica and, he was like, Wagwan. So what is, it's Wagwan.
Yeah. Wagwan.
So for Kenya, what is that one, say, slogan, greeting that he can use? Jambo?
I think he will say the habari, or
habari
Jambo Kenya or something.
I think he's already done, the Swahili habari.
Yeah, habari.
Jambo,
maybe
Hakuna Matata. All the things used now.
That's Mzungu's thing. It's not the young person. For example, because I know he likes connecting with locals, but more even the
maybe like Gota Mtunguya.
Yeah, maybe he might say.
So what will he say?
He might say Niajeni, or he say ni muziki ngoma gani inashika huku.
What do you think?
It's about to be a shawl going. No,
it's from Low, so I know, flashy, nice things.
Okay. Now he will say Udinad.
What is that? But did you see
Obama?
Did you see the forces from the US who are learning to speak the Luo?
Yes.
There was that clip of some.
Okay.
So I'm sure he'll.
All right.
Don't get shocked.
But the issue here is this girl's liver.
But we also know he loves his bottle of Guinness. So he might also say, ni wapi kuna shika, So
tuambia tuko na zile local somewhere. Local kanyama.
Stocky second generation.
First generation.
First generation.
Kanyama quarter.
No one can live to UK to serve him, and UK will show him.
I know,
this is what we're doing. And I think they'll be so cool together.
I know, they're
two people, left-handed, interesting. I mean, they're cool. They're left-handed,
cool.
I'm left-handed,
So we've clearly overtaken your story about Sasha and Malia, but it's about securing them. They were lovely girls. Hopefully they'll be coming with mother as well, and we'll get to see the entire Fast family. You know that the beast is here.
We'd want that.
Yes, the beast.
We'd want that. And the question is, well, they hung out even it was 30 minutes or 20 minutes and all that. And Solo may just be somewhere.
I know Solo.
Hey, you guys.
Solo would fly. Like if that happened, he would not be able to touch the ground.
He won't shower.
That would be the end of it now.
Any other big story before we move on along?
The story still revolves around our very own Gina and the likes, who is very social.
Oh yes. She's nice.
And known to be around.
And she's been to some concerts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She goes to every concert. But the other big story is our head-to-head, which is done by Mukala. It's about this seemingly love triangle. That's a new story in town now. It's about Yvonne Tak. We know a great artist, a great musician, just like our collabo with the beautiful Abagao.
Yes,
but this is about
the collabo is good.
Yeah, the collabo is good, and that makes the intro of the story. And the rumor has been that she's left her boyfriend
for 11 years.
Who they have been together 11 years now for another hip-hop guy.
Oh my God, that guy who wrote
Christoph.
That guy who actually wrote, he tweeted about it, isn't there? There was a tweet. There was a tweet before that. The tweet was he is like the biggest now, like he's supposed to be the ish. You know.
Maybe he is. Probably he is. And the reason why it's big is these are great artists. Yvonne is big. Right now, Christoph is big. These are great producer, headbangers, and all that.
Is the one who's
and so things are happening. Who's
Dandiari? Christoph Dandiari.
Yeah. Who is Dandiari?
So
Christoph sang Dandiari.
Yeah. So apparently, Christoph has been dandiared by Yvonne, or the other way around, and we were trying to find out the truth about it. They've been spotted a lot in different events, and they show up together in concerts and stuff like that. So we're just trying to find out because
good for Christoph, by the way.
Yeah, good for
good for Christoph.
Yeah, well, we just need to clear
good for Christoph.
Yeah, we need to clear the air about.
Christoph is a guy. He's a bad boy.
That is why I'm saying.
We need to clear the air about what?
About Yvonne Dak's 11 years relationship, which bore her two kids. And what she's saying about it, but she decided to go mum about it. She said
she said in the story we had a voice there. Actually, it's well balanced story, and she says, well,
it's personal life.
This could be rumors. When you say, somebody says, I'm not saying yes or no. I mean, you know, the in-between is what Paz is talking about.
We'll let people...
But she also goes and says, whether me and Sido, who is now the other guy, are parting ways, it's none of your business. Probably it's none of our business.
Yes.
And it is none of your business,
And it is the people's business because she's the people's person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on along to the Nairobian. So the Pulse, your free copy is inside the Standard today. Get yourself a copy and you get all of those details and much more. Let's move on along to the Nairobian. The headline, How My Son Resurrected. So this man, just before his son was buried, a man decided to check if baby was covered properly, you know, good, proper send-off.
Yeah, with Africa.
Open the coffin and there is a little one smiling.
Yeah, a pretty sad story. You know, it's something that was trending.
Not quite sad. It's, thank God, sad that it had gotten to that level.
Yeah.
And could have.
Yeah.
But thank God he's alive.
Yeah.
He was discovered before he was buried.
Yeah, and we've heard about this
in Kisii.
Yeah.
This is in Nyamira County.
Yes.
Okay.
It's where?
Kisii, right? So it's Kisii.
I like the way you behave. It's Kisii.
No, because the things I know about Kisii and coffins.
It's Nyaigwa and Nyamira.
Careful before it comes to the television.
So,
briefly.
Yeah, so what happened is this kid was born prematurely. And I mean, whether it was an accident or whether it was neglect, the medics thought that the baby did not survive. So they sent the family packing with the kid, saying for burial. So for 2 days, the family actually thought that the kid is dead, and they were preparing for the burial. Only for the day that the aunt decided to see if the kid had been placed correctly in the coffin, and to her amusement, the kid smiled and moved a finger, and when they realized this, most of the mourners took off
Of course.
But they decided
of course. They
decided to take the kid.
You just seen God.
That's a miracle right there.
So they decided to take the kid back to hospital. The kid was in hospital for 12 hours and then succumbed. But you see, so the family.
Later.
Yes.
Oh God.
So it was a pretty sad story, especially for the two parents.
That's neglect, as I think. I mean, for me, I think that is not necessarily, because I think there was neglect from word go, from when they said he's dead, because then probably he was in a coma or something.
Right. But you can imagine this kid went for 2 days without any form of food or anything.
But you saw the way she behaved when we had Namira. And no,
they're mates. And I went to school in Kisii. So we just need.
So what did you experience firsthand?
I had a funny one the other day. That these guys have the power to steal my brains and impart them. Not in, I don't know what the word is, but put them in somebody else's mind that you are in school, you are using somebody else's brains to pass exams. Until you have been things that don't work, so you never pass exams and all that until further notice.
Okay, let's move on along. I saw God in the ICU before this makes get into our heads. Mama Oliech is what she's saying on page 4, and this is such a moving story, and how millions of shillings have gone into her treatment, and saying that those who are saying her son is now lost all of his money. He's like, they'll rise up and make all of that money that it went into ensuring she had the best treatment and all. Yeah.
Well, she's been away in France for 2 years now.
2 years.
Really sad because she was suffering with liver, ovarian, and lymphatic cancer. But she says, well, in ICU, she met God and her late son, who passed on, I think, in 2002. The elder son of Mama Oliech, who died in an accident in Rhodes Island. Well, that's another story, another amazing story, but well, not knowing how true this can be, but it's a self-confession.
I think it's out-of-body experience, and a lot of people who have.
But she says that she saw God, and then the angels asked for her book, and then they looked and then they said, you need to go back.
Are there people actually hitting out at Oliech and the others because of now their money and the kind of flamboyant lifestyle they had? And of course, a lot of that money has gone into her treatment.
There are people who do that a lot. There are people who don't like you. The same was said about Isaiah the other day when the man got sick and everybody says she's neglected. I mean, people will always talk.
People are wicked.
And they're allowed to talk.
There are some very wicked people. I think when it comes to your parent and people who are sick, especially terminal illness, surely you do not sit down and start looking at actually things and start saying, oh, now this can't help out, this can't do. I think people need to be, there are times we actually need to pray with them and see if we can be able to help along. Because Oliech has given service to this country.
Oh, yeah.
Really,
he has. And as much as he's done that, Mama Oliech has remained the basic mama that we know, selling fish to us.
And I love her fish. Once in a while we'll go to the place that Harlingham.
At Chaka.
We still go.
I go,
We probably will go today.
We should go have fish.
We should go have fish.
We will have fish.
Fish.
Yeah, the fish.
Headline also is between the sheets widows to need. Okay, there's a story there. But tell me about this scandal.
Which one?
The wife that was naswad on Facebook by her husband.
Well, this was about the pilot who busted the wife on Facebook. And
what
also
happened?
She left her Facebook on, not logged off. So he says that, I won't quote everything, but says that while I was away working in Saudi Arabia, she brings men to the house. And I mean, he found out this through Facebook, the way someone leaves a comment.
She used to say, thanks for hosting.
You can inbox someone and say,
thanks for your
service. Thanks for your service. So, I mean, and he was really pissed off.
Sophia, for me, this story, and this is what I said, and I'll say it again. This is a second generational man behaving quite badly. If you cannot satisfy your wife, then and you can't keep her on a leash so that then she's actually able to behave, it is even worse that you're announcing to everyone about how badly, you cannot keep things okay in the home. And we talked about it the other day, that you just cry babies who want to say, oh, this has been done to me, this has been done like this, and then you go to social media. For a man, for me, I think that is the lowest of low. He could have handled it better. For the woman as well, if she's behaving badly, then she needs to step aside. But the whole post, for me, it's about the post and a man posting and saying, and then you're going to put it there plus photos, and then you're saying she's this, she's useless. It started somewhere.
No, it's like as far as airing a dirty laundry, just
he must have been pissed off because one of the lovers was her driving instructor.
What is wrong with the guy?
And the husband is a pilot.
It's about
you see the irony.
What is wrong with the guy?
It's all about the guy.
I fly, and this one is even teaching you to drive, not even fly, and you're already doing this.
I get me to fly.
To drive can be a very intimate thing. Can be a very intimate thing.
This driving instructor is helping you fly away from me.
Okay, the guy was just low.
So trust me. I think the bottom line to talk about all of this stuff and go on and post. I have a problem with people who on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram will tell you all of their lives. I mean, I think there should be a line. There's what you share with the public, and there's what you handle. If you can't, go say a prayer. Let the Father pray for you, you know.
The thing is, the Nairobian has a big story. So let's read it.
No,
we need more.
But then there are those who see life like Stevens.
Stevens, do you feel the guy? Do you think he did a good thing? Do you think
you would do that if today your girlfriend you would come and tell us this?
Personal stuff should always remain personal stuff. That's what I believe. But in the world of celebrities, whoever is a celebrity out there,
it makes business for the Nairobian and the Pulse. Governor, meanwhile, is looking good with his wife there. At Masaku 7. So how did that happen this time around? Because last year, a lot of, even Mututo came out to say the booze, the CDs that were found the next day all over the place, the traffic was quite something else. So how was it this time?
Masaku was beautiful. And let me take it out from all the way Nairobi to Masaku, and the way young people also try to behave themselves. Not try to behave themselves, but they behave, the majority of them. There were ugly scenes, a little bit of
a few of them.
You have to be there. What was ugly?
Well, you never lack a few.
I mean, you never lack guys boozing on the way. You're trying to, you know,
crazy driving
whip on the bush and stuff. And somebody was caught, and the pulse has a gossip about this celebrity was running to the bush, and you know, it's the cause of nature, a little bit hard to handle sometimes. But again,
bad things.
But again, talking from security and the way the traffic was,
the organization, everything.
That was class.
It was superb. It was very well.
And I think Mkambas are now aware of big masses.
And Kambas in Machakos now speaks English.
You now see? I told you where he was. It's coming out.
That's sausages and mkates.
I mean, I had a comment from some of the residents at Masaku, and they really are appreciative of what the governor has done to them, because they got massive business. That's no lie.
They did.
They got massive business in terms of accommodation, in terms of food, even the car wash guys. You understand? Everyone, there's something for everyone.
The other bit that was outstanding, apart from the games, was entertainment, because we had specific spots where guys would be entertained all night, the village, all the way to the park.
So you were there as well?
And stuff, the clubs and everything.
No, but I know.
You know, she was there in community. She was a nice place to be. And again, a great work sponsored by the Standard Group Nairobian. It was a great work, and we saw chopper landings and a lot of showbiz going on there.
A lot of showbiz.
So speaking of showbiz, so great stuff. Speaking of that, what we were just talking about earlier, keeping your private affairs to yourself, there's Laura and all of the drama that has unfolded there as well.
The 10 million V8.
The 10 million, and what do you think that should tell most young people?
It's just careful about what you put out there, because I mean, once we put responsible stuff out there, then you don't have to wait for irresponsible response. So I mean, I really feel for her, because I know she meant good, but you know, when you have a past and all those things, maybe the matter is already in court. We will not discuss it so much, but in a general view, whatever you expose out there then follows you. Whatever you do out there, it will catch up with you at one point. So, and social media is if you're careless about it, then there are consequences.
So before we leave the Nairobian, the capital feature is Widow's War, is the death of Happy End of Lungula. So someone once observed that widows grow fat and beautiful while widowers succumb to a volley of ailments a few years down the lonely path of life. So double standards, you get that sense for women who've lost their husband?
I think every woman who has lost their husband, for me, when I look at it my father died first and then my mother died later. So my mother was a widow for, I think, 7 years. Widows are stronger than widowers. Widows take care of homes, and they do not look sometimes for other people to do that. And they eat their stress by themselves. You know, they always just stick around.
Is it out of choice, or for them it's out of, if you then go and get somebody else, you will be, you know, judged?
There is a lot of victimization for women who are, a lot of stigma. And especially where children are involved. You know how mothers are? They never want their child to grow up in a place where they're not comfortable with. And especially if their father has died. Bringing, I don't know who, from I don't know where, is not what they think about. But for the male, the quickest thought would be, I need a replacement so that the kids would grow. So it's very different for a widow and a widower. And I think that narrative has been told depending on where we are seated at and depending on which country you come from. But Africa all over, widows always stay. Widowers remarry.
It's a big gender story.
It's happening.
You already sound like you're ready.
Because I know, it's not a lecture, but I just know because my mother did not remarry.
I mean, what we're talking about here is it's a little bit hard for a widow to move on than a widower, because it becomes a bit easy for a man who's lost his wife moving on with any other, then hardly judged. But when a widow gets another man or another relationship very fast, normally they'll be judged like there's something that
and
was
it's how
going
the
on
society
here.
treats us.
Yeah,
it's how the society, like you're saying, it's easy for it's always actually allowed for a man. You have to move on now. You have to move on now. Like somebody said, even the pastor will ask you, can we meet and talk about this and sort things out? It's how the society.
But we normally neglect the widow. You know, we neglect the widows, and so we're asking, really, should we judge them or should we just let them be?
To each their own. I think
because they got needs as well, I believe.
I think it's a big schooling that we need on this, because especially in Africa, it's
live and let live. Watch out, whatever as they can, and be happy. But also internationally, what's been big? I know I saw that the Kardashian
your friend has been finally left.
Who's my friend? Scott.
Yes, I mean, we like Scott.
It was meant to happen.
No, but we like Scott.
He's a party animal.
There's
enough space ahead. Child. He's been through a lot of loss. I mean, losing your folks in a span. Was it a month?
3 months.
3 months. Your mom, dad gone, and
And then that's the Kardashian women.
I mean, that's showbiz, man. That's what they do.
And then you have these strong women around you all the time. So it was coming, you say?
I mean, it's all life is there. I mean, it's something that probably down here we will understand. You don't understand how it is to get hooked up with her and break up in the next day and move on and pick up another one and know that sweet banana.
I know. Oh my God! You didn't fool that.
And so it's showbiz.
I know. I'm not sad about it. I think she needed to have dumped his sorry self, a long time ago, because he has been really a bad boy. But then the thing is this, I think bad boys are just really more fun, and the good guys are not, I don't fun. So I think that's
more fun.
The bad boys, and he gave.
So just laugh.
No, bad is fun.
For me, for the show, I think they'll have lost something. But I know they'll spin this. I know they're gonna make him look so bad, and it has begun. I know they're going to make him look really bad.
It won't work for them, because to make him look bad, he's still the father of her 3 kids. So you're doing that to your children.
Yesterday
as well.
He wasn't there for the for the birthday party for the Penelope, and he was moving out just yesterday.
I saw he posted on Instagram pictures of Penelope.
He wasn't there.
It is not happening. No more life. it should happen to them, and that's why
there's so many breakups. Other than that, there's Ghana, Affleck.
That was sad. I thought they would make it. Ghana and Affleck, at least okay.
Are you get emotional about that again?
No, because no, I'm not emotional about it. I think when things don't work, you walk. It's all right.
Is it easier nowadays to walk solo?
Yeah, there's social media, you know.
What do you mean there's social?
So you walk on social media?
Yeah,
you walk on social media?
No, you don't have to. I mean, there are many platforms where you can meet people, so you don't have to be in a relationship where you're too stressed. Because
but do you want it to get to that point where it's so, you know, very
easy?
Easy.
But look at, we are actually getting to adopt that kind of lifestyle that the Western countries have. That's why you see very short marriages sometimes, because two people will not consent, will not agree to things, and they'll just decide let's part ways because it's not making sense.
Which you think is fine,
and it's happening a lot in Kenya as well. You don't have to be in a
when you're
relationship.
Happy.
You don't. Yeah. I mean,
stay if you're happy.
But who says you'll always be happy? I mean, because stay when you're happy. Not like, I imagine is not, you know,
not like
Christmasing every day.
There are other things that happen, but are you able to take that? Can I take your indiscretions? Can you take mine? Are you able to tolerate, you know, and celebrate? You know, tolerate sometimes and celebrate sometimes. When that is possible with you, then stay.
I think when
there are deal breakers. There are those things you cannot say here. You're not going to compromise.
When compromise doesn't work, then
and again, it's urban lifestyle now. In modern lifestyle, that was not allowed back then. I mean, you are told to stay even if you beat you up. I don't think anybody wants to stay.
Personally, if it doesn't work, then
the Bible still insists, you know, keep firm together until you die.
Really?
No, there's an exception.
There is an exception.
Is it?
Jeez, what Bible are you reading?
There are a few exceptions, Anna, but what I'm saying is that the old new world look of things, the new generation is that, well, if it's not working, it's not working. So thank you for the time you had.
Maybe not. Maybe we should not be talking about how fast you should break up. But I mean, look at the things. Are you compromising properly? Where is the
compromising properly? Compromise properly.
There are people.
So the things you say.
That is Sophia and is it Dr. Ha?
Dr. Ha. Yes. We'll have that discussion. So the international media has well also been abuzz with Bill Cosby, especially because of the recent court papers that reveal that in some party he was dragging, you know. And so even for those who stood behind him all this time and were like, no, all of these are crazy women just accusing him of this, you know, madness and insanity. But it appears to be, you know,
some truth in it.
Truth in it. I saw Kate, a lot of smoke.
Kate's post, she posted on Facebook. I'm sure if you were near her and you may have supported that bill at that time, it would have been a hostage situation, because she really was vexed. She was like, this guy, he's done this, and there were these women who supported him. Look, he has done this, you know, and it's so unfortunate that in his twilight years, that is when this is coming out. After
it's not unfortunate. It's good that before he's dead, if he did do these things, it should be brought to justice. It's good it's catching up with him. That is a lesson. You see, that's what I was saying. It was a Kate McKay moment. Yes, a Kate McKay moment right there. No, but because I was watching a documentary on CNN when I was getting ready this morning, and just interviews with some of these women. I know there's a common thread connecting through all of their narratives and what, you know, their recounting of what happened. It's so disgusting. Imagine this person took advantage of these young girls, the things he, you know, just trap them with, and after that make you completely relevant in the showbiz business, because he'd make you feel like I'm gonna come, because he was huge.
He was huge and seemingly very nice, and like you know, he even did that.
But also Bill, and him said not to have supported Obama. Still, I would still be feeling that.
Obama coming into this conversation?
No, he did not support him.
He didn't support him.
So
I mean, really.
So now we are up against it.
I think politically, that's
we are politically correct.
It's only very unfortunate that this guy, who was a funny man back in the day, you know, we watched him when we were very young, and we adored him. You know, he was a role model to very many people.
Very bad for any funny man currently, right?
But then for these things to catch up with him in his twilight years, for real, it's really bad.
What do you mean it's bad for you to catch up with him now?
He shouldn't have done it, you know.
that's
what you should say.
Don't put another kid now.
I think
everybody's pulling it.
we need to give him a get out of here.
But he's still been doing shows, you know, with all of this happening.
No, he's a huge guy.
You can do shows around this drama now.
He still has. He still has a fan.
Don't even say that because it's not funny.
You see, there are people who still look up to him up to date.
They do?
There are people who, yes.
What do you mean, wow, yeah.
There are people who still look
Everybody's a role model to somebody at some point. Even the
what is interesting is how his wife has stood by him. And an analyst came out and she was talking about how it takes a person who knows what they're doing, quote unquote, say in this case, Bill. So you get this person who, say your spouse, in this case his wife, to see that it's you against the world, that all these people are coming and attacking you, but you're okay. So they don't see, because I mean all of these things surely.
I think it's for better or for worse, but I just hope he hasn't dragged her as well to support her to this point.
We hope. We all hope.
Yeah, we are hopeful that it hasn't happened. Let's stand by to go on commercial break with some music from Mr. Genius. But Caitlin is still...
Do we call him or her?
It's a her. No, it's official.
Or should we come up with a new...
It's a her.
Should we come up with a... It's complicated.
Solo?
Yeah.
It's a her.
It's a her.
Just relax, it's all right.
We moved on from we were heezing and hazing at the point of transition.
Or you can say...
It's complicated.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah?
Say she's so beautiful.
Then
you lock it. That it's a her.
Okay.
Because you can say she's a handsome or something like that.
And Huda has been globe-trotting. She was in
She's in Ibiza. Yeah, she's in Ibiza. Summer things, what's happening right now.
Who that?
Yeah, who that?
All right, what are you guys going to be up to?
She's in Ibiza topless.
It's like
you're going to be up to what this week?
It's a great weekend. I think we start hitting it up with KTN and tonight.
Yes.
In case you don't know, tonight KTN News is launching a 24 hours news channel, and 274 is a channel on DSTV, 14 on Zuku, the others?
Zuku, Go TV.
There's Go TV as well. We'll give you all of those details, but watch from 7 p.m. tonight here, the live launch. But so you're going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Genius will be speaking as well.
Man. And from the enough shows that we talked about the Leo.
Is tonight or tomorrow?
No, tomorrow.
Where, Carnival?
Yes.
Yes, a Carnival.
And they're saying there could be a surprise appearance, but I think Obama should.
Oh, really? No, it's just I think there's a lot of parties. There's also
and I think the other thing that we forgot to mention is probably is Daddy Owen's
10 years.
That's happening on Sunday.
Congratulations, Daddy Owen.
A great moment.
This is a tea festival at the Arboretum. The weekend is
tea festival.
It's July. It's called
tea festival.
That's cool. What are you going to be up to?
What I will be up to? Let me see.
You don't know yet.
No, I know.
It's a heavy diary.
Most of it will be what is fun, but I think I will be in all those really, because it's nice to experience when good things are happening for whichever people. So I'm looking forward to a really fun, packed weekend. I think we are gonna.
I'm gonna be at my cousin's wedding. I'm so excited for her. Oh, it's today actually.
Wow.
It's literally
Is it today?
Yeah.
Don't run away from that.
So let's hang out tomorrow.
The wedding is today?
It's today.
Ah, wow, congratulations to her.
Yeah, she's such a beautiful bride. So
that is great.
And now she may not be watching the show. She's somewhere thinking, who.
I know.
Congratulations.
So, Solo?
The Daddy Owen anniversary concert, I think, is one to watch because, I mean, he's been very consistent for those 10 years. Definitely not a chancing artist.
So you'll be there.
I think this one will
you'll also be there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you guys.
The Leo thing, Daddy Owen, you guys, whoever is looking for
I hope you catch the bouquet.
Today, I know.
Really?
I never go for those catching bouquets.
Why? What are you scared about?
I'm not scared about it. I just like, gosh.
She'll have her own.
It's like you just wait to have her. Oh Lord, I hope I catch it.
I'm always so excited about catching it.
She's a sweetheart.
I've caught it in my heart. I've already caught it in my heart. Thank you guys. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
And be good. Don't drink and drive.
Yep.
Yeah. People don't do that anymore, right?
So just like second generation.
So don't second generation.
All right, it's time to cross over to Genius. Genius, you've been listening in. I don't know what story stands out for you. Which camera are we on? This one.
We're on.
This one.
This one.
This one. No, there are very many cameras in here. So yeah, which one stood out for you?
About which stories?
Yeah, the ones we were talking about.
Mimi niko nawasikiza lakini as for me I have my own plans.